Good evening and welcome to the Wildcat Sports Network as we prepare to kick off the 2015 football season with our showcase game against the USA Today's 18th nationally ranked Webb City Cardinals. Whether you are tuning in from our live stream on YouTube, the app with sideline access, or you are here supporting the Wildcats at Wildcat Stadium, we promise this will be a great demonstration of what our Wildcats are capable of this season. Today is September 4th, 2015, and you are watching Wildcat Sports Network. Joining us today is the head coach for our Wildcats, Coach Wood. Thanks for joining us today, Coach, as we prepare for the big game. Coach, you've had a busy offseason this year. You made a lot of changes on the coaching staff. Talk to us a little bit about the new coaches.
Well, a couple things we've had going on. Once our season was over last year, we always go in and evaluate, what we're doing, how we can do things better. Had a coach that had an opportunity to get in the private business, and so when that happened, that kind of created a domino effect from a staff standpoint. Keith Thimple, which had served as our offensive coordinator last year, we moved him over to the defensive coordinator position. Really, that's kind of what that's his strength and his background. That's what he's done all his career. Did that at Southside, El Dorado. He spent a year at Fayetteville doing that. And so just one of the best guys I've gone against as a scheme guy and getting guys ready. So Keith Thimple's our associate head coach. He's also our defensive coordinator. Travis Moreland, which we've had, he's been with us since we've started here. He's going back into the co-coordinator role, a position he kind of held from 2006 through 2009. Also coaching the outside linebackers for us. And then just our staff, Mark Taylor's coaching D-line. Brandon Haney's our inside linebackers coach. Greg Simpson moves from offense to defense, and he'll be coaching our safeties. Keith Thimple coaches our corners. And then on the offensive side of the ball, Robert Day's back with our offensive line. Gary Ware's back with our running backs. Dustin Helmkamp and Wayne Hall will be coaching receivers. And we added a new young coach, Aaron Thornton, from Greene County Tech, that'll also help with our offensive line. And of course, myself, I'll be coaching the quarterbacks.
Excellent. Talk to us a little bit about the focus that the Wildcats have had in the offseason as far as the players go.
Well, again, when we went in and evaluated, areas that we could improve going into this year, and we would go back and we look at our opponents and who we played, when we really studied ourselves with Webb City, they were just so much faster and quicker than we were. So one of the things we wanted to improve in the offseason was our speed and our lateral movement, and we wanted to be quicker in a smaller area. Try to catch up with Webb City. I mean, we're not going to get there in just 1 year trying to improve that, but I think we've made strides. The other deal is Travis Moreland oversees all of our strength training, and we've gotten away from just the bench, the incline squat, and power clean, focusing more on dumbbell work, single leg squat, really functional strength of the body, how it relates to football. And so those are probably the two biggest areas we've tried to improve this offseason.
Excellent. All right, we need to take a quick break, but when we come back, I want to talk to you about the individual players on each side of the ball. Okay. So after that, we'll come right back.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry. Seriously, dude? What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks with all white meat and lots of protein. They're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
Welcome back. Coach, let's talk a little bit about some of the players on the offensive side of the ball. You've got Fuller Chandler coming at quarterback. Talk to us about how he adds a little bit of a different dynamic to the offense and how he takes a little bit of the pressure off of the running game this year.
Well, one of the biggest keys for Har-BER football and what we try to do offensively in our philosophy is we want to be able to run the ball, and that's our number one goal going into a game. But off that, we've got to have a passing game that complements our run game with a vertical stretch, or if we're working sideline to sideline. We can't just be one-dimensional. I think with Fuller coming in, I think he gives us that. He gives us the passing game we need to be successful, to take pressure off the run. Run game was really solid last year, but you want to take it to the next level. To do that, you have a passing game to go with it. Fuller's going to bring that to us. He's had over 2,000 yards passing as a junior. He's a great kid. He's a leader. He understands defenses. So, when people try to load up the box to stop Luke Hannon and Tally Nasali, I think we have, Fuller in there that can make those throws. And, really excited about him and that backfield, what they could do this year.
When I look at the roster and I see the depth and experience with the receivers, I see Blackston, I see Trey Smith. Talk to me a little bit how much pressure that takes off the playbook for you with that kind of experience on the receiver side.
Well, what's really unique is to have them all back. I mean, it's rare that you have so many guys back on one side of the ball in the 7A, because usually you're grooming kids to become a senior to be on the field and playing. And we just happened to have a lot of returners from last year. And Tyler Blackston was our leading receiver. He's a guy that we were able to move around, has really good speed, breakaway speed, gets behind coverages, and he's one of our better blockers. So he's one of our bell cows at the receiver position. And then Trey Smith, which was a 7A West Sophomore Offensive Player of the Year, he's back. And last year we asked him to do about 3 things, which was quarterback, running back, and receiver. And this year we're just going to let him focus on his craft of being a receiver and a running back. He's a dynamic player. We took him everywhere this summer. There's only very few people that could stay with him in coverage. So we like the matchups. If someone wants to go one-on-one with us and they want to load the box, we feel really good with what Trey can do and what Blackston can do. And then we added Dalton Dungadara out at the outside split receiver to go with that and complement those guys. Matthew Ezel is going to be a senior that can spot play for us and give us reps. And then we look down into our junior class of Grant Ferguson and Ty Henderson, like both of those guys. And then you go on down in our 10th grade class, 2 of the fastest kids in our program, Matt Thomas and TJ Eckwood. Both of those guys are going to be dynamic players for us and hopefully get some snaps this year, but really down the road we think those guys could be really good.
Excellent. Talk the switch side of the ball. I look at the defense. I see solid players coming back. I see Jake Robertson. I see Sam Hall. I see players like Austin Henderson, a 3-year starter.
Right.
Then I see a lot of new faces,
Yeah.
Young players coming up. Talk to me a little bit about the veterans coming back and then the new guys coming back.
Yeah, I mean, from a defensive side, it's kind of a senior sophomore group, and we have a junior or 2 in the mix there, but it's mainly we're hanging our hats this year on a senior and a bunch of sophomores. The seniors we're real fired up about. Austin Henderson is a 3-year guy. He's back. He's played in our secondary every year. He's been to Conway in the 2nd round. He went to Bryant with us last year, and he's kind of the anchor of our secondary. He's one of our vocal leaders, energy guy. And then you look at Jacob Robertson, inside linebacker, played last year, is probably one of our best football players last year. And he's just really hard-nosed, plays tackle box to tackle box, and really plays downhill, understands, calls all our defensive stuff, gets us alignment. So he's crucial to us. And then you look at the front with a Sam Hall and David Val, both guys playing last year that are back, seasoned vets in there. So we like those 4 seniors because of their experience. And then we added Tally Nasali at the outside linebacker. It gives us size, gives us power and a physicality, so he can play both ways. And then we go down into our junior class, which has Noah Hayward at the outside linebacker. And then we go into our sophomore class, which is, probably one of the ones that really stand out and you'll see tonight is Alejandro Ramirez, number 99, the nose guard. And if you've ever followed Har-BER football, we've always usually had a pretty good old nose guard, Eric Pierce and your Josh Frazier and your Ricky Dobbins. We've just had some outstanding D linemen. We think Alejandro has a chance to be one of those type of guys. And then in the middle, Oliver Nasali, it's Tally's little brother. He's not really that little because he's 6'2", 230. Really another just a powerful kid on the inside that can help us stop the run. And then where we're really young is in our secondary, but we think they're really a talented group with Blaze Brothers and Brighton Cook at the corners, Peyton Kofer at the free safety spot. All 3 of those guys are really explosive type kids, and they're just going to need experience. Not every day you're going to roll them out there against the number 18, 19 team in the country and say, hey, let's get some experience. Right. But that's what we're going to do, and we believe in them. Think they're going to do a good job.
Excellent. When we come back, let me take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about Webb City before kickoff here. We'll be back right after this.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find New Roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
All right, Coach, let's get right into it. We've got the 18th nationally ranked Webb City Cardinals coming into town. You know, the Wildcats are no stranger to the Cardinals. It's almost like a fist fight every time the two of us get together. Is that the definition of smash mouth football?
Well, I mean, they're a really good ball club, and they have a certain brand, and that's running the ball with their split back veer, their midline. They're a power running team. They got a tackle going to Missouri that they run behind, and I mean, they're just good with Rodriguez at quarterback. The coach's kid's seen everything, and they're very explosive offensively, and they can also slow down the tempo and just grind out a whole quarter on you. And then on our side of the ball, we believe we're a physical team as well. So it is two physical ball clubs. Last year they got us pretty good up there. We dug a hole we couldn't get out of. I think the two previous matchups, so, we beat them here. And then the very first year we played them up there, I think they beat us 13-15 or something like that, and had some opportunities there. So overall, it's been a pretty good series, except for going up there and just taking one a little bit on the chin last year. But that's going to happen when you go in and play a great ball club, and it's your first game out the year. But I figure tonight I'm expecting it to be a physical matchup. I mean, I like what they do. I like what we do. Like I said, they just run split back veer, run it right at you. Quarterback makes enough plays in the passing game to keep you honest. Got some real tall length at receiver, and then defensively they run their split four, a little bit of three front, but they fly to the football. They're great technicians. We're not really going to hide our agenda. We're going to run it right at them and see how it goes.
Who are some of the key players there on Webb City that we need to be looking out for?
Well, I mean, it starts with Rodriguez at quarterback. I mean, he's going to be the second year starting there. He's never lost a game. A neat fact about him is him and his brother went through Webb City. Neither one of them lost a game in high school. I mean, Coach Roderick's done a really fantastic job with his own boys and won a ton of games. And then, like I said, they have the tackle number 55 is going to Missouri, going to be an SEC kid, and they run pretty much behind him. And they got two really explosive tailbacks, got length at the receiver. Defensively, I mean, what stands out in their D-line, 61 and 56 are both really good ball players. 29 is a returner at linebacker that runs around. 21 might be their best football player on the defensive side, an outside linebacker. And then 14 is probably their top corner, which will probably play on our sideline. And he's got really good hips and he can run. So it'll be interesting.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. I know you're super busy.
Yeah.
So on behalf of Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Donald Tucker. Stay right here because coming up next is a kickoff you won't want to miss. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.